Duo allows you to fully customize all of your signals to all of your leads and all of your accounts. Not only can your sequences now be fully multi-channel, but they can also have like a different composition. So in this case, for example, for Richard, Duo is suggesting an 8-step sequence that has email and LinkedIn steps. Here for Miles, it's actually suggesting a 4-step sequence that has email, LinkedIn, and colleague steps. But here for Mario, it's actually suggesting a 6-step sequence that is only email and LinkedIn. And as you can see, in this case, 6 steps, 4 steps, all of these are fundamentally different ways to engage. Now, you can set this up however you prefer. So let me show you how. You go back to Duo Control Center, click on Signals. And so remember that signals have a configuration. So under the configuration here of every single one of these signals, you can decide to tell Duo how exactly Duo should be engaging with those leads. So if I go back here to post from competitors, for example, and I click here on the advanced settings, you'll see that I can tell Duo exactly how I want to engage. So in this case, I'm telling Duo, look, I want you to start with a connection request. 2 days later, I want a message mentioning the competitor. 4 days after that, I want to send an email. And then I want a cold call with a script. So very specific sequence for any post that mentions competitors. Now, let's imagine that I kind of don't want to send the email here. I can just go in here, delete that step, and just say, I actually want only these 3 steps. Now I can save this, and now for all of the new signals for competitors, Duo is going to build a 3-step sequence that only mentions, that only uses LinkedIn in calling. Now, let me show you another one. So if you want to change the default one, because all of these signals have default ways to engage, you go open the signal under the configurations tab here. You go to advanced settings. Then here you can see that you can tell Duo how exactly you want to approach. And by default, you can change this. Now, if you want to, you just unselect this and you say, okay, I don't like this. I want to change this. And so here you can say, build a sequence that is LinkedIn only. One connection to message inviting for coffee, because Dreamforce is actually happening in San Francisco, so I'm local. I can invite them for coffee. Then a voice message mentioning that I'm local and love to eat coffee. Okay, think about like giving instructions to Duo the way that you'd give instructions to one of your sales reps and or to one of your assistants, really. And so now you save the signal, and now you just coach Duo that for Dreamforce, really, you want to approach them in a custom manner with a connection request, message inviting for coffee, and then a voice message. If you go back to Duo here, as you can see here for Cognizant, there a post from competitors, like that's the signal that we're looking at here, right? And I, in the meantime, change the sequence. So now Amplemarket is asking me, do you want to regenerate the signal? And then you can easily click the button. And now it's actually going to bring back into memory all of the changes that I've made to the signal. The way you engage, the structure of the sequence, any messaging differences that I made, Duo is bringing back to memory, and it's going to now build a brand new sequence that matches my criteria. And as you can see, here's what we got. We remove the email step as we did before. So now we only have a 3-step sequence. And then we have the calling step that mentions the competitor and a case study, as well as this one here. And as you can see, if I go back to one that is not regenerated, this one actually still has the 4 steps. But if I regenerate it, it's now going to follow the new instructions. And for any new leads that match this signal from now on, they're going to follow those instructions. But yeah, this is how you can easily match your signals to your sequences, to your leads, to your accounts. With Duo, everything can be fully bespoke, fully unique, and you can truly think about the way that you want to best engage your next customers.